Yeah, I'm sure a lot of you would love to see English Deevo back. I'm going to need to explain that as we start the match here. Game 1 just about to commence. Let's get this one started. All right, here we go with ATR Cup number 4 for North America. It's defending champion Diaz, two-time champion Diaz, against Deevo, not the Deevo, former world champ Deevo, not the English Deevo, but this is NA Deevo, and he actually qualified this week to ATR Cup through Nightya's pool. Nightya has made main event before in ATR Cup, so this is a really impressive qualification run from Deevo to make it in. And yeah, I don't want to delay on saying that because I know some people will be like, wow, this is UK Deevo's back and he's in NA with 40 ping. Not the same guy. But he's up against it here. Bottom seed coming into today, up against the top seed Diaz, who also qualified to Salt Mine recently as well. And word of the street is he's going to try and qualify for Salt Mine EU also, as well as already qualifying for Salt Mine North America, which would be really cool. Salt Mine 4 double champ, perhaps, in the making. And yeah, as always, guys, do sign up for both those tournaments. ATR Cup next week is going to be 2v2 instead of 1v1. We're just switching it up to 2v2 for 1 week. See how that goes. If you want to play in ATR Cup quals next week, you need to bring a friend. I know some of you have been bringing a friend to the 1v1 and just trying to 2v1 opponents already. So now you can actually just sign up with your friend and play 2v2. And yeah, let everybody know, because I know some people didn't want to play the ones. You might want to play the twos though. And we'd love it if you do, because it does directly support the event and make it more likely we could do more stuff like this in the future. Yeah, I've heard Diaz is playing twos on his stream in European servers, which is really cool to see. It's actually kind of crazy. I didn't know you could get the connections that that decent from northern Brazil to Europe, but I guess it makes sense. There might be a different internet connection there going straight across the Atlantic instead of up and then across through America. You want to play your Plat 3, who's with you? There you go. If we got any Plat 3 players who want to play with Kakik, then yeah, let him know. Try and get connected, guys, and sign up for ATR Cup 2v2 next week. Also sign up for 1v1. Salt Mine quals are available for sign up for the next, well, actually Qual 2 is only available to sign up for the next roughly 18 hours if you're from Europe, and roughly 24 something hours if you're from NA, 23 hours maybe. So you do want to get signed up quickly to Salt Mine if you haven't already. I'll put the command in chat right now, !SMIV, to sign up to Salt Mine Qual 2, and !register to sign up to the ATR Cup number 5, which will be 2v2 next Monday for Europe, Tuesday for NA. So Deevo down 2-0 with a good chance to get on the scorecard here, not going to be able to do so. Does dribble the ball back. How old is Deevo? I'm not actually sure. He doesn't have a Wikipedia page, which makes it very difficult to know what he's up to. Oh, I love this from Deevo. Look at that. Little bit of reverse into Diaz. Keep him locked in place. Didn't lead to a goal, but that's some great positional awareness by Deevo, the underdog. Now here comes Diaz. Double reset already. Absolutely launches a flick top shelf. Deevo is right there to save it. We've had a two-time champion EU ATR Cup for 1v1 in NAS. Diaz can go one better if he wins this one. He's 3-0 up here, up against Deevo. It was in the right area to save this shot, but it was just too quick, right over his head, down off the bar to go in. Uh-oh, did I lag there? Oh, not again. What? How did I fix this? Wait, I think I remember how to fix this. I've got to turn off all... Oh my days, it's so laggy. I've got to turn off all these settings. Hold on. Oh my days, even the settings are lagging. Hold on. I've got to like skip this replay so the players don't have to wait for me. This is the weirdest thing. I don't know why it happens, but last time I had this... Oh my... I'm just turning them off and on again. Last time I did this, I turned them all off and it fixed it. It doesn't seem like it's worked here. Hold on. I also went to 240 FPS. Oh, this is just the worst. Why do I have a slideshow for NA again? Guys, this happened for the last Diaz round 1 I did. I don't understand. Oh no, what have I clicked? I didn't click that. I meant to click Dynamic Shadows, but my click lagged. Bro, I'm trying to turn off Dynamic Shadows for the past like 20 seconds. No, it didn't work this time. Boys, what do we do? Hold on, I've tabbed out. I've tabbed back in. Wait. Wait, okay. Okay, I just had to minimize OBS. and turn off all the settings. Right, now are you guys ready for the magic trick part of the stream? So, you know how they always tell you when you phone your internet service provider and you're like, hey, my internet's not working, I was paying a bunch of money for this and you've not provided the service. They tell you, have you turned it off and on again? You say, nah. Then you do it and it works. Well, we've just turned off a bunch of settings and minimized OBS. Let's put it all back and see what happens. Are you guys ready for this? So we've put them all back, 360 FPS, apply. We're going to go borderless as well, apply. We're going to open up OBS. And would you look at that? It's absolutely fine. Incredible game. I love this. So we've literally just turned off all the settings, turned them back on again, and now we're not lagging. Makes sense. But yeah, I don't know where that. I don't know what this strat is. Don't know why it works. I did look at. I know some people are going to say maybe your PC was chugging. It wasn't. I looked at dashboard. I looked at my task manager. It was fine. Nothing was chugging. Everything was absolutely okay. My connection was fine. And it just decided to lag for no reason. Oh, nice finish by Diaz. Second goal of the game. We did have another few goals for... sorry, not Diaz, Deevo. We did have another few goals for Diaz during the slideshow behind my settings menu. Exhibit Ed, thanks for the 18-month Prime. Welcome back to the channel. Is this the month I say your name properly? Probably not. Definitely not. Dampen Hurt, thanks for the 13-month Prime as well. Really appreciate that. And no, this is not the OG Deevo Rants. Thanks for the Prime. Welcome to the channel. Oh, Deevo's way out of position here. And drops an expletive in the quick chat. Luckily, it's been censored. So he thought Diaz was going to hit that ball back into the corner. He was trying to steal the boost. Diaz just faked it, turned and scored. I think that's probably fair game. What do you guys reckon? Can you just take someone's name when they retire? Should somebody just name themselves Squishy? Be like, well, I mean, the real Squishy's retired, so it doesn't really matter anymore, does it? Become the second version of Deevo. Maybe we could get another Kronovi in here. Yeah, I did mention it. Oh my goodness, I did mention it at the start of the stream. Didn't want to trick anyone. I've not tried to pull the wool over your eyes. This is not Deevo. This is Deevo. You know what I mean? And he is very much up against it here in round 1, best of 5 against the tournament favorite Diaz. Just ran away with game 1 and does not look interested in giving Deevo any consolation goals late on to celebrate going into the next game. Lunchbox219, thanks to the tier 1. Welcome to the channel. Remember, guys, we've got Chalkcast tomorrow. If you want to tune in for the live show, it's going to be roughly 47 minutes from now tomorrow. So 45-ish minutes after. Look at your clock right now. Wherever the time is, 47 minutes later. That's when Chalked is going to be tomorrow. We've got a bunch of interesting roster rumors and drama to discuss. So it's going to be very interesting to get another episode snuck in. And also can't wait to see what else happens in the Rocket League scene immediately afterwards, because every time we do a live episode for Chalk these days, something crazy happens on the very next day or even the very next hour. And so yeah, you guys should be thanking us for ramping up all of the roster rumors that keep happening. Have you got a guest for Chalk? Not yet. Do you have anyone in mind? Anyone you want? If you've got someone in mind, somebody you'd love to hear from, then you could let us know. And we'll see if we can reach out to them or their agent. If I could take a retired pro's name, who would it be? That's a good question. I don't know. Actually, I kind of like my name, because one of the advantages of having your actual name in your name is Deevo with a nice opening goal here. One of the advantages of that is that when you're in person, when you're at events, people just yell, well, for me, they yell Johnny or, you know, Johnny Boy or something. They'll yell either an abbreviated version or the full version of my name. And that is actually my name. My name is John, so it makes sense. Whereas if, you know, if I was called someone like, well, sometimes it makes a little bit more sense, but, you know, to go, you know, through the same names we had earlier, you know, when people yell Squishy in person, when people yell Crow in person for Kronovi, it's not an actual name. So, you know, if you're in public and somebody yells at it, they'll be like, what are these people on about? These Zoomers, man. It's, you know, I like having my actual name in my name. It just is nice for real life interactions. So fake kickoff for Diaz as he trails now 2-0. Oh, 2-1 make it. That's a sneaky turn by Diaz. Deevo liked that one as he drops a nice one in the quick chat. Looks like he was expecting Diaz to take that across the box, grab the boost on the far side. Diaz just pops it without even jumping, just on the turn, straight towards Deevo's goal. As we're getting stuck into game 2 here, I'll take a quick look at the scores around the ATR Cup round 1. We do have a confirmed 1-0, Wisty beating Beast Mode by a goal in game 1, that's 6-5. Chronic has taken down Alpha Kep 6-4 in game 1, that's a respectable scoreline for Alpha Kep there. And Wavy's taken down Fearless 6-3 in game 1, so all the favourites pretty much scoring the same amount of goals in the opening round of the tournament. No game yet coming through, at least no result being reported for Cosmic versus Kofer. Let's see what Diaz can do now that he's back in the game, or rather, let's see what Deevo can do as he tries for a ceiling reset, make it a double with the flip reset on the ball as well that followed. Excellent mechanical play by Deevo there. He tries to get the better of Diaz. He's going to the air again, lean back reset, low 50, blocked by Diaz. His defense has really improved so much in the past year. Stopping a double reset, and now the reset into the low 50 with consecutive defensive plays. So many people are asking the Deevo question. Literally everybody that tunes in, is this the Deevo? No, it's not. It's not the Deevo. It's NA Deevo. He's trying to build his own Deevo brand as we speak. Yeah, he's opting for the outplay to the far side of the box instead of running into the immediate challenge. Now takes the ball high and away from the goal, away from the back wall, crucially, so it's hard for Deevo to challenge. Deevo not doing the best job there with boost management. Could have probably picked up a pad somewhere to give himself a counter-attacking threat. But he has survived the Diaz attacking position, and now has a chance to get one started for himself. Pretty short-lived though. And Diaz with the reset into the bump. It is going to be good enough to take the 2-goal lead. Deevo tried to hit Diaz into the ball from the defensive sides here, and I think it did work somewhat, but not enough. It didn't slow the ball down enough to stop the goal from occurring. Bro, Diaz is unplayable. He has been pretty unplayable recently. He converts about 99% of his possessions. He just takes the ball into a position nobody can challenge him, and then puts it top corner at pace with difficult to read timing. And he also has boost left over to recover with if the opponent does happen to make a stop. Definitely for me right now, Diaz, the most impressive attacker in, well, the most oppressive and the most impressive attacker in the 1v1 scene. I mean, this is just outrageous. Where is he getting all the boost from? Diaz off the sidewall, Deevo ceiling challenge, and then a challenge on the deck after faking the ceiling challenge. Diaz had boost left over after he hit the reset there. It just doesn't make sense. The efficiency this guy displays in the air is, for me, the most impressive in 1v1 right now. And, you know, in the absence of a player like Naupo coming in and maybe a Zen, maybe a Yan, you know, a lot of the other guys who are really known for their offensive capabilities aren't active in ones, or at least as active right now in ones. That really does open the door for Diaz to claim the best offensive package in 1v1 at the moment. That's a great play by Deevo. He's actually scored to bring this back within 1. No respect for Diaz's position there, discharged in. A very nice finish, actually. Had to center it to himself and actually forced Diaz to own goal. Diaz played Naupo in EU servers yesterday. Was that a high ping match in ranked or something? It's really cool that Diaz is playing so much EU. I think Diaz is currently #1 in the world. It's either Diaz or Nas, I would say. I mean, I think when they played in the past in NA, Diaz has had the better of him. But right now, Nas, well, recently Nas looks like a new, improved version of Nas. It's kind of scary, actually, how well Nas is playing in EU ATRs and Salt Mine. So I'd say Nas and Diaz right now, the two top performers in ATR Cup for their respective regions. and also the 2 top seeds of #1 players qualifying for Salt Mine before anyone else in their respective regions. They're the 2 who have the best claim to #1 in the world at the moment. But until they play in a tournament against each other, you can't really say. So yeah, it would be awesome to see them in a main event for Salt Mine. That would really solve it. Right now, Diaz is unstoppable. Nothing Deevo can do as he concedes a 7th. Diaz is too efficient, he's too fast and too accurate in the air, just clinical personified once again. Wait, so Alpha Cap took a game off Chronic? That's incredible. Chronic's in form, obviously. Qualified for Salt Mine. 2nd seed through the lower bracket the other day. A nice save out of Deevo. Pre-flip. Slightly off target, but he should be able to score this. And he does. Perfect read in the upward bounce as well. And honestly, game on. The biggest issue, though, for Deevo is that Diaz kickoff has been brutal recently. Just perfect mechanics on the kickoff, and he's mixed up his strategies as well where necessary. Really what makes Diaz kickoff so hard to play against right now, though, is that his standard kickoff is just so good. When somebody's got a beast standard kickoff and they're mixing it up, yeah, good luck. Very, very tricky to go up against. Diaz taking the scenic route to Deevo's goal in the hunt for an 8th. Deevo forced a pre-jump to try and keep Diaz at bay, but there's no keeping this man back. He scored again. Methodical approach and masterfully finished. Pre-flip sets up and then a little side action on the flip reset to put it past the pre-jump as well. Just truly undefendable right now. And the main question everybody's had about Diaz, he tries to now pogo on Deevo. He's actually air dribbling off the back of this. That's fantastic control. The main question everybody's got is, will he be able to do this? I know he's probably able to do it. Nice double reset attempt by Deevo. I think he will be able to do it with great success, but EU1's meta is a lot more pressure orientated, and NA1's meta is more back off, get boost, and then shadow. It always has been. I don't think that's a point of contention anymore. I think everybody just kind of agrees that NA1's meta more about running away to get boost and then challenging when you have boost. EU is more about never leaving your opponent. Just being happy on 0 boost because your opponent is as well. So I do wonder if Diaz would have this much success in the European meta, where he'd have to play more ground game. There's no 2 ways about it. Diaz would have to play more ground game in Europe because he's going to get challenged more when he doesn't have boost. He's going to get challenged more high up the field. I think he still would succeed greatly and still have a good chance of being #1 because his ground game is excellent. The reason we don't see a lot of his ground game in NA is because most of the time players opt to just retreat, get boost, and then try to defend his aerial plays. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Diaz was having really good results against the top EU players, or some of the top EU players at least, when he was struggling more in North America, I think. He had an even if not losing record against AJ, Wavy, and he was even with Daniel. But more recently, he's been beating everyone in North America. And now we're just a little bit absent for EU results. This is insane. He just keeps going. This is actually insane. Diaz somehow, at ground level, launches a flick underneath Deevo, who is stationed not even that high on the wall. Is there any stopping this man? Of course, the most recent Diaz result in ones against the top EU player. Don't worry, he's just scoring another reset, no big deal. Is it even worth talking about anymore? It's just automatic for him, basically an open net. Yeah, the biggest EU result he had recently was against Moxie in ATR Cup number 2, where Diaz was victorious. And I would certainly rank Diaz higher than Moxie right now. Moxie's in a bit of a slump, I would say. And yeah, definitely tilted off the face of the earth after sort of throwing that second game against Diaz in the series. A series which Diaz probably could have reverse swept anyway, looking at how well he played the latter half of it. But before that, his last match, Diaz's last match that he's played against a European player was against Vatira on the 3rd of September, where Vatira actually beat him. So Vati, the only other player who's played Diaz in the past couple of months, did beat him 3-1. Oh my goodness, ground double from Diaz. There's nothing this man can't do. Just truly ridiculous. He has every option at his disposal. And Deevo boostless at the goal line. Just a spectator, helpless to defend against the onslaught. Nice turn by Diaz here. Kept his momentum, but Deevo's still able to close the gap and challenge him. Showing the power of that kickoff strat. Sidewall double miss by Diaz there. Deevo chance to get on the scorecard now. In game 3. Oh my goodness, he's absolutely launched the reset into the bar. One of those kind of glitchy looking resets where the ball just teleports. And here comes Diaz again. Another reset. This one is stopped by Deevo. Deevo's got to keep going here. He's got to chase Deevo down, and he does. This is the right way to play that position. So now you've managed to go end to end without having to defend against a Diaz aerial play. Your whole game plan playing against Diaz is avoid his aerial plays. Do not end up in defense with him air dribbling, or else you're in a world of trouble. And right there, Deevo did do just that. He managed to avoid the need to defend an aerial play 2 times in a row. Now here comes one of his own. Not a lot of boost to recover if he overcommits here. But Diaz quite happy to just take the ball to the sidewall. No rush. No greater need of urgency. He now pops the ball into the crossbar and bumps Deevo out of the way. And then goes all the way back to his wall. This is the tricky part about Diaz. You know, I said that I think in Europe he'd have less chances to get into the air. But how do you stop somebody from getting into the air when they take off from their own back wall? Diaz opted not to there, but he can, as we know. Air dribble with incredible consistency off his back wall. Now double reset by Diaz. That's brilliant save by Deevo, and he's flipped well over the small pads. Oh, messes up the wave dash. Trying to wobble on the landing of the dodge to get that one underway. Double tap misses for Diaz. Deevo is going to get his first goal of the game. Actually a pretty quiet game for Diaz with only 3 goals. He roared off to a great start, but then had a bit of a blip where he's remained scoreless for an extended period. Let's see what he's got in store for Deevo in this play. First touch, way off the wall. Hard for Deevo to challenge. Diaz actually accidentally let his dodge time out there. If he was trying to dodge, it would have expired. Deevo looking to come back within 1. Pre-flip, and a great pre-flip at that. Perfect finish. Well, I've been talking about the Diaz versus EU matches. I should mention he did beat Atto 3-1 on the same day that he lost to Vatira. So he's 2-1 in his last 3 matches against top players from EU. I think all of those matches were played on the US server though, on Beer's channel, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, going further back, he's had great results against EU. There's no question about it. Deevo within 1. Great game so far from him. Starts it off about as badly as it could have. He seems to have stabilized until now. Diaz slots another reset to the top corner. Deevo desperately looking for small boost pads anywhere he can find them. It's just not enough at his disposal. He played on EU against Atto and Vatira. That's actually insane if he did. The man is a maniac. I don't know how on earth he's playing against. Oh no, wait, was that on US servers, but during the time where he was lagging? So there was a time recently where Diaz was lagging. Nice shot by Deevo. 1 goal game. Yeah, Diaz now does have a good connection on NA again, but a while back he didn't. No, can Deevo tie and get us into an overtime? Can he even give himself a late lead? If he scores here, he'll have a great opportunity to. Flick is not good enough, but it is going to set up a boost steal. Diaz in a bit of a tricky position here. Not a lot of boost at his disposal. Deevo's outplayed him. That should be a tie game. Surely. Deevo. Yes, he will. scored to tie the game 4-4. And a bit of a mistake there by Diaz. I feel like he probably should have been settling for a 50-50 instead of trying to outplay Deevo with a massive boost deficit like he had. Now drive kickoff by Deevo does safely deflect the ball to his back corner, and he's there to challenge. Diaz will have the last big possession of regulation though, and you know what that means. He's going to the ceiling. He's going to try and win it right here, and he might have just done so. Flip reset double tap. Diaz is a menace. His last ounce of boost being used there, but he would have recovered and grabbed the 100 anyway. He wasn't even all in there. Now Deevo's got to do it all again. 4 seconds left. Can he come back one more time? Tries a delayed kickoff to no avail. Diaz will try and make it a 2-goal difference to sweep Deevo out of his tournament. Deevo, welcome to the ATR Cup North America, and good luck re-qualifying next time. Just too great of a task today. Diaz has eliminated him 3-0 as expected. But overall, I'm going to say I'm pretty impressed by Deevo. He had his moments in this match. He had his own mechanical plays, which were impressive. And he didn't let any of the games get completely out of control, losing by 4 goals, and then 2 goals, respectively. And yeah, I think we may be seeing Deevo in the future when we go back to ones for ATR Cup, which will probably be the week after next. We're going to 2v2 for next week, as we've talked about a bit.